Dearest love, I was bored, so bored as to sit on a stone on a makeshift quarry site and alternate watching the sky and the ground. Soon I fixed my gaze on an army of ants marching forward in a straight, perfect line. As I fixed my gaze on them and got lost in their mesmerizing march, I saw one of them get out of line and stray to maybe investigate something it thought was food. The line was thinned out, and so they were not right at each other's back, but following their scented trail. When this one strayed, I saw some others come up, and when they got to the place where the other ant had branched off, they would get a bit confused using their antennae, and then they would follow the old trail. But one or two branched where the other had, and I realized that as more and more passed on the second route, it became more and more difficult for the rest following to tell where the true path was, and more tend to take the second path. I followed the first trail, and it entered into a burrow in the ground, probably their nest, and I followed the second line and found it had gone a long way, about 4 times the distance to the burrow, and they had halted by a big pond, and there was no more line, but they were all scattered, going up and down, trying to sniff out their path and getting confused because of the many scents now available. I stood back to see what would happen, and indeed there came a lizard, and I saw it go up to them, lick one up, look to the sky and nod its head, and then another will come up and it would lick it up, and it was doing this continuously. And I went to the old trail, and they just made their way into their burrow, and still others got confused and followed the new path, which now smelled like a major one to many. The great thing I saw is one that took the new trail, found its way back to the old path after meandering, and immediately it now started moving in a straight line instead of the crisscrossing it was doing before. And down the burrow it went, and over time some others followed his trail, and soon I saw some will go the long way following the new trail, roaming, and then find a way back and join the old trail and down the burrow. I had time. I watched ants and I saw life. It takes only one person to go astray for a perfect system to start having troubles, and it takes 2 to make it more complicated. And after a bunch take the wrong path, it becomes almost impossible to know what the true path is. And that is our state today. What is the truth? Who is the right? Which is the perfect way? We cannot be following blindly. We cannot just be watching those ahead. We may have to wait and look at the signs and find where home is, or else the enemy is waiting. Jesus answered, "See to it that no one deceives you, for many will come in my name, claiming I am the Christ, and will deceive many. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. These things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of birth pains. Then they will deliver you over to be persecuted and killed, and you will be hated by all nations because of my name. At that time, many will fall away and will betray and hate one another, And many false prophets will arise and mislead many. Because of the multiplication of wickedness, the love of most will grow cold, but the one who perseveres to the end will be saved. Matthew chapter 24, verse 4 to 13. Stay blessed, trust and obey, for there is no other way. K.